So let's begin at day 2.
What?
Now you might be asking yourself, why start at day 2? Well, I have died multiple times already during this playthrough, and this is the first time I have reached this camp while being So we're starting at day 2. Now as I walk around the camp, taking in my surroundings, I realize that I have no idea as to what I'm going to do next. I just bought this game just like a few days ago, and I have not seen a single beginner's guide or tutorials guide on YouTube. Not yet. So as of this moment, I am a complete newbie. Oh yeah, and difficulty settings are all on standard. Everything across the board. Everything's vanilla. Now this is the town I first came across during the first day. Grain Valley. We're going to go back there at some point. But for now, I'm going to have to scout the surrounding locations. More specifically, this mall right here. Which I didn't know was a mall. I thought it was just some random industrial site. But more importantly, it was the spawn point of an undead boss named Paul Dart.
Okay.
And so I ran towards the Pacific Palm Mall, hoping to get some more loot. As I approached the fence, I saw an opening. But before I could get in, a couple of shamblers decided to say hi. I still wasn't used to using guns at this point in time, so I decided to just whack them with my axe, like any sane person would. I also keep forgetting that swinging my melee weapons consumes stamina. Now after fighting a few more undead, I decided to pitch up my tent and sleep off the night, because frankly, I do not like the dark. Now at the dawn of day 3, we finally entered the mall. Now I don't know if you can tell by my camera movements, but at this point in time when I was playing, I actually am not wearing my headphones. So when an undead sneaks up behind me, I tend to jump a bit. Now as I go into the mall proper, I encounter a handful of undead who want to partake in my sweet, succulent flesh. I say no, of course, because I'm not that easy. Unfortunately, some of them took that rejection a bit too hard, and I had to literally beat them all off with my axe. I mean, it's nothing personal, it's just I'm not looking for that kind of relationship in this point of my life. So I just killed everyone and went back to looting the shelves. Speaking of not dull moments, here I am getting jump scared because I wasn't wearing my headphones. A shotgun? Well, where the fuck were you hiding that? You know what? I don't care. Now we have 2 guns with no ammo. Is that a zombie? Now before I went and explored all the stores in the upper area, I decided to go take a look at the roof. And lo and behold, another undead waiting for me. But even better, there's a safe. And so I've encountered my first lockpick. Thing. Challenge. I don't know. I have no idea what these credits do, but I will be taking them. Now as I went up to the upper part of the roof, I encountered a military crate. And look what it got me. An AK. Kalishnikov, baby. No ammo though, so, you know. Oh, there he is. Did you see him? Ball Dodge. I'll deal with you later. But for now, I'm going to glitch myself into this helicopter for no reason. And that's another jump scare. Can't go a day without one. I should really wear my headphones. A machete.
Mi bomba!
Now while I was exploring the mall, you'll eventually hear the sound of a cargo plane flying overhead. But since I wasn't wearing my headphones, I was none the wiser.
Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so fine. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so fine. Everybody asked me how Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody, 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 everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Answer. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody ask me how.
Now, as I finished up exploring the mall, I went into the parking lot and contemplated whether or not I should disturb Paul Dodd's morning routine, and I decided to pull the trigger.
Get out of here.
But at this point in time, I didn't know the undead couldn't be attracted to your location if your gun is using a suppressor, even when you're shooting them. And seeing as I just did one tick of damage to Paul Dodd, I just decided to leave him alone. For now. And here's another jump scare. Now, as I lick my wounds, I try to decide on what I should be doing next. Should I continue exploring? Or maybe I should try and clear this primary infestation.
Stop it.
Or maybe I should go into this town, right here. Bad idea, of course. But for now, I'm just going to loot the place.
I'll shoot you right down. Boom, boom, bang, boom. Ow, 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 ow. Boom, boom, bang, boom. I'll shoot you right down. Boom, boom, bang, boom. Ow, 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 ow. Boom, boom, bang, boom.
as I journeyed up north, I encountered a bunker with nothing in it. No, seriously, it had nothing in it. It did have a lot of rooms though. So I guess this might be a good place to store things? Maybe. We'll get to that someday. But for now, we explore. And also from across the road, there seems to be another house with a greenhouse. And oh yeah, backstabbing zombies apparently deals bonus damage. I also just decided to spend the night here, because why not? Come morning, I decided to loot the greenhouse and start fiddling with my inventory a bit. After looking at my map, I decided to go up north. But before I went the right way, I encountered some deer who I'm pretty sure were laughing at me because I was headed the wrong direction. Now for some reason, that I heard, even though I wasn't wearing my headphones. It really creeped me out. And as I headed back onto the road, the rain started pouring. And I heard some gunshots. I of course expected the worst, so I crouched down behind this car and whipped out my pistol. I was trying to see where the gunshots were coming from, but I couldn't see anything. There they are. I snuck in closer, ready for a fight, but to my surprise, they were the friendly type. I was a bit skeptical at first, but since they didn't shoot me on sight, I now know that there are friendly scavengers out here in the world, and not just within the safe zones. Now that's a relief. I tried to help them, of course. Now this lady's all banged up. So, you come here often? Yeah, you know what? Now's not the right time. I'm just gonna go loot this church. And again, another jump scare. These things are really fast. They got that crackhead speed. Now as I finally reached the gas station, I found my first vehicle repair kit, which down the line is going to be very important to me. And no, I didn't see that you could equip your flashlight in the radio menu. Like I said, this is my first time playing, and this is basically the longest I've survived in this game. Now with that cleared, I decided to go back south to the irradiated town. I guess it's time for me to learn another lesson. And that lesson is, radiation sucks dick.
I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody, 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 everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know.
So with my detective skills, I just assumed that all of these dark green spots are just radiated areas, and that I shouldn't go into them unless I wanted to suck some irradiated dick. So I just decided to head back to the Pacific Palm Mall.
I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them.
Wait, did you hear that? That's another cargo plane that I couldn't hear because I wasn't wearing my headphones. And one of these days, I'm going to have to learn how to look up too. But more on that later. Right now, we're headed back to the mall. Why? Because I've decided that Paul Dart needs to go. So first things first, I went back into the mall and headed straight up. Oh, wait. There, headed straight up to the roof. Hey, more credits.
Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so.
Okay, so now I make my way up the upper roof. Finally. Okay, so should I just drop down or? You know what? Yeah, we'll just shoot him here, I guess. And this is when I learned that the undead can only be attracted by unsuppressed gunfire. Okay, so now what? Maybe I should move here. Oh, he's gone. Is he gone? I can't... Where is he? Oh! Oh my goodness. Is this really how I'm gonna kill Paul Dart? Yeah, this is how I'm going to kill my first boss. Via wall glitch, like God intended. Man, stamina. I need to keep that up.
Now, here comes the music.
Boom, boom, bang, boom. I'll shoot you right down. Boom, boom, bang, boom. Ow, 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 ow. Boom, boom, bang, boom. I'll shoot you right down. Boom, boom, bang, boom.
So as I tried to figure out how I'm going to get down from here, I couldn't help but think about what kind of loot my first undead boss would give me. Motherfucker. Damn it. Should I have expected this? Fuck it, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. So as I prepared for bed, I decided that my next target should be this primary infestation. Good luck with that.
Am I talking to me?
So at the beginning of day 5, I decided to glitch myself onto this crate before I headed back down into the mall. Now before I went towards the primary infestation, I learned how to fill up this water jug and use the water purification tablets. And before I went into the primary infestation, I went back into the safe zone to say hi to the nomadic locals and to pet the dog. I checked out the store and bought a few things. Tried to. I'm still learning.
Shut up and take my money!
But after that, I headed straight to the gun store, where I am going to fight my first primary infestation. After fighting a few undead, I made my way into Bucks to see if I can get myself some ammunition. Unfortunately, no cigar.
Come on, man!
So, instead of looking for ammo, I decided to clear the place of some unwanted undead. Now FYI, this isn't my first playthrough. This is just a playthrough in which I survived the longest. And in my previous runs, I did encounter a primary infestation, so I know to destroy the secondaries before I destroy the primary. Easier said than done, of course, if you don't have any guns. Well, I do have guns, I just don't have any ammo. So let's just see how this is going to play out for me.
Gay!
Did I mention that there's no permadeath? There's no permadeath. See you in episode 2, where we are gonna get us a truck.